Huh?
Weird around the turtle pit.
Yeah.
And they're going really hard here.
Okay, here comes the hard guard. Amal gets a turtle. Kyrie was not able to get close as the members of Homebois were able to keep him at bay. Raging slashes coming in from the Lapu Lapu, but Kyrie takes down Melcutie's very greedy entry. Single-handedly trying to go to the back to try and take down Kyrie and Sans, but Skylar was there for the assist. No traditional marksman here. You know, he's a little bit of a hybrid. Oh, here comes the Tsunami Slam coming in. But that is an easy out there for Sans. Keyboy forced to use the AOG to get on out of there. Reza gets killed. Onto Sans, finishing it off in the mid, but that becomes a trade. Keyboy.
Look at that. They're already eyeing that second turtle right away. They seem to be really want to go for the fight.
Oh, dive already. Here comes the Tsunami Slam entry as well. Kyrie forced to go on out of there, but here comes the Angela Benedetta combo to burst Kyrie down. That's a kill for Izanami, but two members of Homebois fall to ONIC. ONIC still fighting into it. Izanami brought down low. Reza takes down Sans. Keyboy forced to use the conceal out. Both junglers are out of the game, and it's going to be looking for a reset.
It's very, I don't know, they feel so committed on the team fights. I really don't mind that they're doing this. Definitely, Kyrie is itching to get to that level 15 as soon as possible. Already a level ahead of Amal. Look at that.
Wow.
Stunning it out. AOG in.
Oh my goodness, Keyboy and Lutby working together. Sans finds Melcutie as well. That's another death for the Freya. Skylar takes down the tower in mid alongside Kyrie and Sans. Meanwhile, Reza will not be able to survive against Lutby and Keyboy, but I might have spoken too soon. The thing is, he needed to burn his flicker to get out
here. 1v3 on the bottom. Make that 4.
Okay. Lutby buying so much time, not enough damage just yet for Homebois. Lutby, look at everything he's doing. 4v1. Here comes Keyboy for the assist. The Valkyrie descent already committed there by the Freya. Electro final blow as well. AOG by Keyboy lands on the mark. Lutby finally taken down. The Homebois are fighting back towards Onyx assist. Melcutie locked in onto Kyrie, but Sans takes down Daniel. Sans taken down by Reza. Melcutie takes down Kyrie. And just like that, 4 members of ONIC fall to the Homebois.
Alright,
They're not going to be able to find a member of ONIC, or excuse me, Homebois, that could get caught out. Amal back in here again. Good spot by Reza. Homebois really getting tested here by ONIC, but here comes the entry coming in from Daniel. Tsunami Slam already committed, but look at the regen and the damage that they have. But Skylar gets taken out there by Amal. That is advantage for Homebois. A stun by Lutby, massive. But can they actually deal enough damage to turn the tides of the battle? As Kyrie falls again to the Homebois. 3 members of ONIC down, and the Sky Kings are scrambling. Homebois have taken down Lutby, and that's 4 members of ONIC down. The questions of whether or not Homebois can make this lineup work. Homebois can make this lineup work. You have the Yi Sunshin every time. Meanwhile, the center of the map, Skylar trying to survive the surprise. Look at the pull coming in. I'm offended. Ultimate by Skylar is massive. Daniel gets taken out, but Reza once again focused on the back. This time being able to take down Skylar, while Melcutie and the Angela are able to hold down the front line, and ONIC slowly falling. Angela, Freya, Benedetta, the Hilda, and the healing as well.
For the next few seconds, just to check where the Homebois are.
For sure.
So far, it feels like they have no problem fighting out each other, and here they are.
Yeah, here comes the gank. Daniel immediately zoning out Kyrie, and since Kyrie was zoned out by the Kalea, Sans falls relatively quickly out of position yet again for ONIC, as Homebois have penetrated their formation, but Kyrie is still fighting. He gets a double kill, and he's still alive. Malefic Roar for him as well. The counterplay by ONIC has become a reality as Reza and Amal fall. Suddenly, ONIC have advantage for the Lord.
Oh boy. And that decided to fight inside ONIC's jungle. This is our territory, says ONIC, and they really lost out. I mean, the DPS is suffering, and Melcutie, they want to make something happen.
Mel, are you actually going to be able to pull this off? No, you will not. Questionable decision there by Mel to just go in. They did not have Amal to get. That's just one. See if they can get another one. They still have a lot of minion waves crashing in here for ONIC. Immortality for Keyboy. Might be able to make a risky play if he wants to. Look at all the items coming in here for ONIC now. for the 7,000
man.
gold lead. Endless battle entry. Here comes the pickoff attempt there onto Skylar, but Skylar will survive way too much. But here comes the Angela and Freya combination. They're not going to be able to take Kyrie down. Reza gets blasted by the Yisun Shin. Skylar takes down Daniel, and now 2 members of Homeboys fall. Make that 3. MelQT out as well. ONIC still has minion waves. Izanami and Amal might not be enough to hold. ONIC holds on. Homeboys had the lead, but ONIC walk away from game number 1 with the win.
GG's ONIC Indonesia coming out on top despite losing out a little bit on the early map. And you're gonna have to go through a Kalea, you're gonna have to go through a Cho all game long.
Very difficult. Here comes an entry by Kiboy. Knock up, damage, continuous. Daniel almost brought down. Can he be finished off by ONIC? And the answer is yes. Kiboy and San still going after Izanami, but Kiboy has to back off, taking a lot of damage from the turn, but the flicker!
Sheesh.
The entry! Gila Sans finishing it off, but
They go
Amal
near it. Right? Because they need to keep their distance. The KW needs to keep distance. The YSS needs to keep the distance. And look at that. If they engage, it's going to be so hard if you don't have a flicker, if you don't have a Shunpo.
Exactly as you mentioned, when they're all together, they just look so strong. They decide to find 2 kills, and they actually get it. MelQT barely able to escape, but will escape with his life. There's Homeboys with the clapback. So that's the condition that you exactly were looking for, Rockline. Yes.
Once you see the glorious pathway, I think Lutfi will be going straight for the back line. Either the Freya or the Leomord.
Yeah, exactly. Lutfi right now, you see him. He's the one zoning out. Here comes Kiboy. Entry with the slam. He gets the pick off. Amal falls. Daniel as well. ONIC have broken the formation of Homeboys, but Homeboys still fighting back. Look at MelQT, but this is going to be a massive trade. Kyrie survives. Kyrie did not fall with just a sliver of health. The killing spree keeps him alive. Izanami gets to take down Skylar, but Izanami eventually falls. ONIC with a massive win.
Kyrie mechanics, man. I really thought he was gonna go down. He fought under the turret. He was buying a lot of time, so very good advantage for Homeboys. But look at that.
Okay, Boy goes in right away with the pick off. MelQT able to flicker on out of there. Homeboys needs to back off. They don't have their Freya anymore. ONIC dealing the damage. Daniel almost brought down low. Reza with the raging slashes. Not going to be able to deal enough. And ONIC, hold on. Reza is going to go down. And Homeboys get spotted out. The comeback has to be glorious here, but here comes the glorious pathway from Daniel. The Throne of Ruin already committed. They get to avoid it. Lutfi will be able to get on out of there with the gleam. ONIC, though, fighting back little by little, slowly. The turnaround. Kiboy with an entry. Massive crowd control, massive damage. ONIC are taking control. Scholar will be coming in from the back, Rockhart.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. ONIC just know how to dismantle this, especially with Skylar just making the perfectly timed entry from the back. And Izanami all alone? You're not a mage. You can't clear these minion waves. And I think that's ONIC going straight for the jugular. And they will take him down. Izanami quite easily getting disposed of here. MelQT doing his best.
The rest of the group to get vision. He's going to be spotting out that Angela, trying to apply pressure. Skylar sees the Angela. Izanami in trouble. He gets kicked. Izanami brought down to 10%, and it looks like he's going to get taken out. Soloed by Skylar. And now it's a 5v4 across the map. ONIC, here comes Kyrie through the mid, but Lutfi with a Throne of Ruin, stopping the exit of Amal and MelQT. But they'll be able to get away, not be able to get stunned by Skylar. But they get Daniel along the way. Only 3 members remain for Homeboys. An absolute massacre for ONIC.
Yep, they got separated, and now you see the weakness of the Homeboys line. Like taking apart Sushi, bro. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I mean, call it an experience all you want, an experimental fusion or attempt to change Sushi. Sushi is Sushi for a reason. You don't need to change it. And ONIC understood that. They looked at their lineup. They looked at what Homeboys brought and said, okay, we will pick you apart, even though you don't want to. The Cho pick there near the end. The Alice as well in the last 2. ONIC, it looks like they're just going to be on their way to finishing it here with this push.
Yeah, and they're rushing this. By the way, we are at 11 minutes. We got Big Lord walking on the bottom side of the map, and I don't see Homeboys walking out here anytime soon. Look at Lutfi. He's just in front. He's showing it off with the recall. And they're just waiting for that Lord to arrive. Here comes that possible last clash.
ONIC, I said, ending it here with a quick sweep to start off their campaign in Games of the Future. Homeboys doing their absolute damnedest to hold on. Reza, look at him trying to hold that Alice at bay. But the Alice we talked about earlier is one of the biggest problems. They don't have the damage, and it still rings true. Hard guard coming in for the Leomore. Can they actually find a turnaround here? Here comes Melqt, but he just gets blasted down. Throne of Ruin. Homeboys stuck together, and they fall together. 4 down. Reza, last one holding. It's a maniac for Gila Sans, and a sweep victory for ONIC.
Just like we predicted, Renmar, this crazy Kimmy is gonna just kite all day long. We saw that. We already said it before the match happened, and it did. So ONIC Indonesia are gonna win against the Homeboys in a 2-0 fashion, and I have to say, very impressively, very fast game as well.
Utter dominance. Although we did get to see Homeboy shine in the first half of game number 1, game number